Sheena about to get put out of this wedding. Let's get into this.
Opens up at Sir. Sheena is talking to Lisa about her issues that she's having with her fellow bridesmaids, specifically Stassi and Kristen, because the girls had to rent a house for Katie's bridal shower. Katie is so boring, I forgot what she was doing. Girl! Anyway, so I guess they had to rent it, and it was $1,500, and Sheena did not know that it was going to be split between just her, Kristen, and Stassi. She thought it was going to be split between all the bridesmaids, so she said okay, but then Kristen comes back and she's just like, oh no, it's just split between the three of us, and so Sheena has a problem with that, and I don't think she paid for it. Good on you, girl. Good on you. Let me tell you something. Being a bridesmaid was probably one of the worst things that ever happened to me. I would rather give birth naturally to an alligator than ever be a bridesmaid again. I have two sisters, so I think it may happen. I'm hoping it doesn't. You know, I'm hoping like my sisters just go hella selfish and just walk themselves down and stand up there with them and their man. I'm trying to convince them to do it because I just don't like it. I do not enjoy it. It's like you're put in a situation where broads you would normally never really hang with, some you don't really like, some you don't really know, and it's all these different personalities that you have to come together and basically be an indentured servant to an emotional bride who's probably going to put you, who's most certainly going to make you wear an ill-fitted dress. It's a nightmare. There's always these personalities that you have to deal with. You got to deal with the broke one. Nightmare.com. She'll never have money for anything, but she wants to be included in the emails and she wants to be invited to everything. Then you got the best friend who runs everything. I mean, you cannot even get a drink by her. Like, she has to approve what you're drinking, what the cups are in. She's another nightmare that you just fantasize about punching in the face every night because she gets on your everlasting nerves. Then you got the bitter bride, the one who wanted to be the bride. She has an attitude that it's not her time, so she's negative about everything. Everything that you bring up. Oh, we really don't need to do that. Oh, that costs too much. Oh, I really don't think she would do that. Will she do that for my wedding? Get out of the wedding, ho! Why did you say yes to it? And then you have the bridesmaid who doesn't want to do it. She said no, but the bride kept on convincing her to do it, so she finally guilted her enough into doing it. So she's there. She's reluctant. She barely shows up to any of the meetings. She removes herself from the emails. She mutes the group chats. You can never reach her for anything. But the only good thing about her is she sends her money on time. Whenever you need something, she sends it. But she just doesn't want to be bothered. She doesn't even want to be there. She's probably going to show up, not late, but right on time to the wedding so that she can walk down the aisle with whoever you stick her with and get it over with. You know what? I think that may be me. I'm that bridesmaid. Ooh. We head on over to Tom and Ariana's place, and they're getting ready for Tom's, what does he call it? Fundraiser. It's his birthday party, but he's using his birthday party to raise money for, I'm thinking Kids and Katie. I didn't really pay attention to that part. Kids and Katie. Kids in Haiti. Some people in Haiti are getting some money from Tom for his birthday. Good job, Tom. Anyway, Tom is so metro. He's like shaving his forehead. And then I have to ask this. Is the thing in Tom's hair, is his hair, is that like a bleach strand or is that like a weave? Does he have like a clip in, or is that actually his hair? Because I feel like the way it lays, it doesn't lay like the rest of his hair. So I'm just like, I think Tom got a piece in. Lord, I wouldn't put weave wearing past Tom. He's so metro. He's so metro to the point he has a braid guy. Ariana could have done that. Could have done that for free. His hair looked a hot mess. Tom, I don't know if you're a little intimidated of going down to Inglewood, or if you don't want to take a trip to Compton unless you're getting some weed. Listen, you have got to go where the brown people are because your braids looked a mess. And I got a braiding girl down in Compton who could hook those braids up real nice. And it'll be affordable. Because I know she wouldn't charge you what that braid guy is charging you. The way he walked up in there and looked, I'm just like, oh my goodness. You are sitting over here fooling white people, telling them that you can do braids, probably charging them like $50 a session to do those freaking old weave braids. Because I'm telling you, when I have a weave in for too long, or when I don't feel like, when I wear wigs and I don't feel like re-braiding my hair, that's what my hair looks like. It looks like old weave braids. Tom, you can do better. Ariana, take him down to Compton. I know you're not afraid to go down there. Schwartz and Katie. So sad. I mean, they don't get along. It's so sad. I'm hoping that they're doing this for the show because they're married in real life. So I'm hoping this is just like, seasoning salt for drama that they put on this relationship because they're like looking for colors for something and they get into an argument and Tom is upset with her about Tequila Katie because he got like a lot of nasty text messages from her. Well, listen, Tom, no tea, no shade. You're in an abusive relationship. This is what you have to deal with. So, I mean, you can't complain to your abuser. You may need to have an intervention or you may need to, go to your friends and ask them if they can help you escape it. That's the only thing you can do at this point. But then it gets to a point where Tom calls her out of her name, the B word. Listen, men, let me tell you something. You cannot call a woman, especially a woman that you love, the B word, because that it's so hurtful that I can't even say it unless I'm angry or on the 405. Woo! So like when he went there, I was just like, wait a minute, Schwartz, like how you go from an abuse from an abused partner to calling her the B word. I think he probably did that because the cameras were there. He knows that Katie wouldn't beat him if the cameras were there. But I feel like if he said that to Katie and the cameras weren't there, man, she would punch him dead in his eye and then kick him out. But she does this, which I was okay with, because you're not going to call me no B and think that we still going to be cool. She walks out of the store, takes the car, and leaves him there. And tells him to catch an Uber. And Tom is just standing there outside the store, looking like an idiot, looking like Melania Trump. Poor thing. Pray for Schwartz and Melania. So it's time for Tom's party, and everybody is showing up. Sheena and Shay show up, and the brother from Pump, I forgot his name, she shows up. And, listen, it could just be joking, but I'm telling you, a lot of stuff, like a lot of little jokes and comments come from something that wasn't, what you were dealing with within. Because when Sheena shows up, he looks at her and he says, oh my gosh, you look amazing. And he hugs her, and then he looks at Shay and he says, oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Shay, did you catch that? Did you catch that, Shay? Because I, as a viewer, caught it. And Sheena a little thick around them hips, so hey, he looked like he be looking. And it looked like it ain't his first time at the vanilla ice cream shop. Then Schwartz and Katie show up like nothing happened. And then Schwartz makes this comment that, oh, Katie and I have fights like this all the time. And then 6 or 7 hours later, we're good again. That's not healthy. Like, you are not a good fella. Like, that's normal in like a mafia lifestyle where they have them knock down, drag out fights and then they back together. Why? Because the dude don't want to piss off the woman because she knows a lot of things that could get him in trouble with the feds. And she can't be with nobody else because he's in a mafia. So they're stuck together. You guys are not stuck together. You know what? You're already married. I'm not saying y'all need to go your separate ways. I'm just saying y'all need more than therapy. Y'all need therapy, and Katie needs an exorcism. Yeah, that's what needs to happen at this point to save this relationship. Sheena sees James and she walks up to him and his new girlfriend and she's just like, nice to see you two together, considering that James slept with my best friend. And I was just like, wait, what? Like, I knew what that happened. I saw that scene like a couple episodes ago. But the fact that she had the balls, the chutzpah, to go up to James and his girlfriend to say that. I ain't never been a fan of James. He works my last nerve, but that was rude. And then the little girl is standing there. She's looking, she's like, no, she's trying to defend her man. And Sheena is bringing all this stuff up about how, she has text messages and pictures and all this stuff. And then she goes in her confessional and she's just like, I'm doing this because that's my best friend and you don't mess with my best friends. Let me tell you something. Y'all only do this because you guys never deal with women who will punch you dead in your eye. That is the problem. Because you know what? I noticed that y'all don't do that with Katie. And y'all especially don't do that with Tequila Katie. Because Tequila Katie will run you over like it's not a game. And especially with Stassi. Y'all don't do that with Stassi because Stassi got a mean backhand. Ask Kristen. Y'all only do this with people who you know that you can get away with or you're not intimidated with. Because I don't see Sheena doing that to any of the girls. I don't see her doing that to Katie or Stassi. But she'll do this to this young little pageant queen who she knows that she probably intimidates because she's older and a little thicker. So, the girl is probably just like, oh my goodness, I don't want to get into any fights. And she's probably not from a place where they scrap like that. So that's why she did it. But I'm telling you, Sheena, you're going to come across the right girl that's going to give you what you asking for, because ain't no way, even if my dude was cheating, would you come up to me and be like, oh, it's nice to see that you two are on good terms considering. I'm like, considering what, ho? What you trying to do? Earrings off, Vaseline out the pocketbook. Let's go, because you're not going to embarrass me. I'm going to kick his behind when we leave this place, but you're not going to try to make me look like a fool at this event. Chop! Woo! This show, Sheena confronts Stassi and Kristen about the $1,500 that they all have to split between the three of them for the house that they rented for Katie's bridal shower. See, I always forget. Sorry, Katie. I feel bad. You know what I mean? You're not that boring. You're abusive, but you're not that boring. Your storyline this season is just snooze-worthy. Anyway, Sheena lets them know that she didn't know that the $1,500 was going to be split between the three of them. She thought it was going to be split between the rest of Katie's bridesmaids. And I agree with that. I totally understand that. My issue here is nobody had an apartment big enough to hold these people, or nobody knew of a house where all of these people can come to. Like, you guys don't have any friends. Like, I'm not wealthy, right? I don't even think I'm middle class at this point. Actor's life. But I know people where I can borrow their home for a bridal shower. I just don't know how you guys don't have these kind of relationships. What is going on? And nobody has an apartment that has a rec room that you can rent out or even just reserve for 2 to 3 hours. You had to go and rent out a home for $1,500. Are you guys trying to keep up with the Joneses? Or you know what? What the hell is going on with your pay? This reality TV show has been on for years. How would a housewife bringing home $1 million or at least $500,000 an episode, and you guys are still living in Section 8, still needing roommates, not being able to afford at least a basic apartment in LA? Because listen, I saw your apartments. Those are low income. I'm just going to be honest. They're low income apartments. Except for Jax. Jax is getting a coin. See, y'all need to find out how much Jax is getting paid, because he sure upgraded from that studio apartment to what he was in to what he's in now. Because I looked at his apartment when Bravo was getting shot to him with Brittany and her mom. I was like, wait a minute. This apartment look nice. What is going on with y'all coinage? Maybe y'all got to act the fool a little bit more to start getting what Jax is getting, because I guarantee you Jax is the highest paid cast member on that show. He may be lying and telling y'all he's not, but best believe he cutting them checks. Please believe it. Stay woke. Stassi and Kristen try to defend themselves and say, no, you agreed to this. No, you said this. And I mean, it was just a simple gesture, but I was just like, wait, what's happening? Sheena puts her hair up in a bun. Now, maybe it's just me and where I'm from, but when you're in a disagreement with someone and you start to prepare yourself for battle, that's like my mother's closet. That's like letting me know that you fit in the scrap. So when she was putting her hair up, I was just like, what is Sheena about to do? Then Kristen started putting her hair up. I said, oh, are we about to get this? Are we about to get a little scrap? But it didn't happen because Katie came over, and then Sheena moves on to Ariana, and she starts to tell her that she's having issues with the girls and issues with Shay. And I get it, you have problems, right? I was bothered by that because this is Ariana's boyfriend's birthday party, and you're sitting here taking time out of time that she could be spending and having a good time with her man to talk about your problems. Sheena, you gotta be a better friend, especially Ariana, who always holds you down. I think that conversation was very important, but it was a conversation that you could have had at another time. Not take a moment away from her man to talk about your problems. But Ariana was cool with it. She gave her great advice and they moved forward. Tom ends up raising about $8,600 for people in Haiti for his birthday party. And I thought that was great. I mean, to not spend, but to take time out of your birthday to celebrate and raise money for somebody else in need. I thought that was really, really big of him to do. I was just, I'm gonna be honest, shocked by the number. You know what I mean? Again, I'm like, these people are on Bravo TV. They've been on this reality TV show for years now. I would have thought, especially with that room of people, I would have thought that Tom would have raised more. You know what I mean? 8,600, great. I just didn't expect that number. I felt like I saw at least $20,000 in that room. However, it seems like Bravo ain't paying these kids. Y'all need to revolt. This is why. You guys are bringing the heat. Are you not bringing in the ratings? I feel like you are. Maybe, you know what? Maybe it's due to ratings. Because this show, it gives you so many levels. It's so dramatic. It has a multicultural viewership. You know what I mean? You guys, just like the Real Housewives of Atlanta, are able to bring in people from all walks of life. I feel like with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I feel like it's a couple gay guys, a lot of middle class and upper class white women, and me, you know, who watch that show. I don't feel like they have a diverse viewership as like as great as you guys do. So I'm just not understanding why you guys are looking so broke compared to other Bravo people. And I think with the Housewives, they got to pay them a certain amount of money because those girls already came in being worth something. And maybe because you guys started the show off broke, they don't really want to give y'all your due. Or maybe y'all got to play broke like the teen moms on MTV, because those heifers got to play broke. But MTV be cutting them little girls checks like $1 million. A lot of them, especially the teen moms who are like, their babies are 4 and 5 at this point, MTV is paying them a grip. Check Farrah Abram. She gets a new nose every season. Why? Because she got the coins. So maybe y'all playing broke. Either way, bravo. It's a good show. I'll be here watching it. Back at Sir, Lala doesn't show up for work. Sis, what's going on? Sheena is the Lisa Rinna of this show. Like, she just runs back and tells so much business. Like, she is, I don't know, I don't want to say a vomit mouth, but she can't hold water. She's just always talking and putting herself in situations. Like, I'm not a fan of Katie, obviously, but I thought that it was very rude of her to go up to Katie and tell her the issues that she's having with her bridesmaids. You don't do that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was pistol whipped into being a bridesmaid twice. The second time wasn't as bad. The first time, yo. No, I would never. Or will I? She tells Katie about the issues that she's having with the other girls. And Katie felt really uncomfortable, as she should be. She felt like she was put in between a rock and a hard place. It's just like, you know, you're doing this for me and it's not an enjoyable experience. And I want it to be because it's a celebration of love for me and my partner. So I get where Sheena was coming from because Katie is her friend. But where is she? But I had to ride with Katie on this because I felt like she was extremely rude to do that. And, you know, even saying that, I don't think that Sheena was telling Katie because Katie is her friend. I think Sheena likes to play victim a lot. And I think that even though she was being victimized, I agree with her having a problem with splitting the pay between just the three of them. But I think that she does things so that she can get people on her side or to get people feeling bad for her and then to get that person to go and do her bidding, which is why she always tells Ariana stuff and issues that she's having with the girls, because I feel like Ariana will probably have a much better relationship with Stassi and Katie, not Kristen, if it weren't for Sheena and all the stuff that she vomits into Ariana about those two. Yeah, it's Sheena. You are the Lisa Rinna of this show with a dash of Kyle. Because Kyle is a mess starter. And so are you, Sheena. And we're at this cute little trendy spot that I put on my Yelp list for Jax's birthday dinner that he's having with Brittany and her mom, who's still in town. And the mother tries to, like, share a little, you know, bad girl story about Jax, but he tops that and he just starts going on with all the things he's done that were horrible. Starting off with cheating on his ACTs. He paid somebody else to take them. Isn't that illegal? It's Jax. Of course it is. And we head on over to Sheena and Shay's place, and I think Tom is there, and they're discussing Jax's roast or whatever. My only issue with this is, again, the housing. I'm have a real problem if any of these people on this cast is on public assistance. Like, if I'm paying, my tax dollars are paying to help cover your rent and your food, and you are on TV getting a check from Bravo, I'm going to have a problem, because why are y'all living like this? Y'all had a reality TV show for like 5 years. Y'all should be balling. Revolt. Revolt. Brittany, her mama, and Kristen are hanging out, and Brittany gets a text from Sheena that, I think Tom, one of those Toms, is it Tom or is it one of them? One of those Toms are going to bring up the fact that Kristen sampled her vagina, and she gets really uncomfortable about it because she comes from a conservative family. Stop saying conservative. Racist, bigoted, and homophobic family. That's what you come from, okay? Let's just tell the truth. That's what you come from. So you had a problem with that being said because you didn't want your mom to know that you got ate up by a girl and you liked it. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Now we're at Jax's roast. Kristen did a good job being the MC. There were some things that I chuckled at that she said. Even that little thing that she said about Ariana. However, Ariana came back with the clapback. She came back with some heat. So much that Kristen gave her those eyes that Kristen gives when she's trying to hold back from assaulting someone. But we know she's not going to do it. You ain't about that life. Anyway, Kristen just should have known that Ariana was going to come back with something, brutal, because she knows how serious Ariana is about her comedy. Don't play. Don't play with Ariana about comedy. She is serious about her gift. Katie, womp womp. Shay did pretty good. Stassi did good as well. Brittany was cute. Swartz, he did a good job too. But Sandoval, woo! He was ready. He started dropping Jax's gay pass, and chow, Brittany's mother was shaking. She just wanted to shout, "Kill the gays!" Like it was killing her. I mean, that woman was sitting there like, and Brittany, this is how I know her mother is homophobic, because Brittany looked at her mom and was just like nervous. You know what I mean? There's a way that people react to things that give away what another person is dealing with. Because if Brittany's mother wasn't homophobic, Brittany would just be embarrassed, right? But she wasn't. She was scared. And that's how I know. I was like, ooh, I know what goes on in that Kentucky household. Ha! I see it. I see that demon. This was the part out of all this episode, because there are things that got me heated, but this part really, really got me heated. When after the roast, Brittany's mom was just like, I had a problem with the homosexual stuff. You mean to tell me everything that was said about Jax at that roast was fine? But the fact that he may or may not have, well, he sure did, kiss a guy, bothered you, and he did more with that dude. Let's tell the truth from shame the devil. The way that brother was hugging up on him when they was in that club lets me know he been there before. However, how dare you sit up there with your straight behind and act like you have an issue with how other humans express their love to each other? No, mama. You're not going to come up here, Tan Mom, and try to direct how people are going to live their lives and come and bring your ignorant, biased, bigoted views and trying to tear people down for how they live not choose to live their life, how they live their life. Oh, I had a problem with her mom, and I was holding back. I'm holding back now because I want to be respectful. I was raised right. But Tam Mom rubbed me the wrong way, and she seemed like she gonna get on my nerves next episode as well. Let me tell you something, Lisa Vanderpump. You better call them Bravo editors, and you better let them know they're gonna have to cut down Brittany's mama and her little homophobic rant, because I feel like it's coming. I feel like she's gonna say some stuff, and it's gonna put you in a bad position, because the gay Gestapo don't play, honey. And if you sit up there and think that stuff that woman is gonna say on that episode next week is gonna be cool and it's gonna fly with your fans, how dare you? How dare you walk in a parade, have this whole episode about what happened in Orlando, and then bring this bigot onto the show and have her saying these things? Do you not know who runs Bravo? Do you not know who tunes in to watch? Ciao. Woo! Brittany, get your mama off this show, because she's going to get dragged. Now, I feel like because you're living out here and you're hanging around in LA, you're hanging around with some, liberal, fun people. So you're learning more. You're getting out of that Kentucky mindset. Because I honestly believe that if you lived up in that household, you thought those same things too. Because I feel like you're going to say a little homophobic stuff next week as well. Child, for the sake of your life on this show, you better tell Bravo to cut that out. Cut it, edit. I promise you, I think the show is going to be totally different than what her and her mother said on that show, because just that clip alone, I was disgusted. And I'm not going to hold back. I haven't held back before, and I'm not going to hold back now, because that is disgusting and it is ugly. I don't do discrimination. I don't do racism. Not at all. You're not going to make me feel some sort of way because God kissed my skin a little bit longer than yours. No, you won't, devil. I don't do homophobia. What you're not going to do is come up here and tell people how they're going to live their lives, and you're going to put laws and try to restrain them because they are more fabulous than you. You better bow the hell down, and I don't do sexism. What you're not going to do is tell me that I can't do what you can do because I got a vagina, or I can't get paid the same amount that you can that you get paid because I'm a woman, because I got titties. I could do the job better than you. Thrice. And I don't do ageism, because elderly people are bomb and we need to treat them better. Next week's episode is going to be messy. Everything I expect from this show, and I will be tuning in, watching, live tweeting, and reviewing. And I'll see you next week. Bye, guys. If you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. I want to build our little community. I have such a good time, and I love your feedback. I just have a bunch of fun. You Vanderpump Rules fans are the bomb. Like, I thought I was just the amazing one. No, I have friends, family, and loved ones.